up, ladies and gents? It's Idahodub with another NCAA Dynasty video. We haven't seen Idahodub Senior in a few weeks, so I thought I'd put up a video, see how things were going down there in Corvallis for the the rapidly aging Idahodub Senior. If you remember, he's bald now. We're taking on USC at USC. We are ranked 14th in the country. USC's ranked 12th. We are still undefeated, but this is only week 4 of the Dynasty. Idahodub Senior's second year. Oregon State, man. Big news out of the Combine. Brandon Cook's fastest 40 for the wide receivers. I think he might have been close to the fastest 40 at the Combine. But he ended up getting like $100,000 for running that fast of a 40 from Adidas, so... They said he's projected to go in the first round now. I'm excited to see. I think the NFL is kind of moving to these smaller receivers. I don't know that it's the best move, but they tend to be moving. It seems that they're tending to be moving towards the smaller receivers. Also, before we dive in, got to plug that vlog. I went on a sweet hike yesterday to the trail's called Eagle Creek, but we went up to some Punch Bowl Falls. Oregon has been doing this. There's this company called Travel Oregon. It's just basically to promote travel in Oregon, generate more income for the state. But they put up like this sweet series. Maybe actually I'll put a link down below, but they put up basically they're saying it's the 7 wonders of Oregon. But it's like this promotional tactic, but the video's pretty awesome, and it showed some places in Oregon I had never seen. So I'm trying to go visit these places over the next year. And I'd obviously been to like 1 or 2 of them, and I knew some of them, but I'd never been to them because it's kind of all over the state. But one of them was this Punch Bowl Falls place, and it wasn't warm enough because it's March in Oregon and it's not that warm, so it wasn't warm enough to get in the water and swim, but some pretty amazing waterfalls and just an awesome hike. Like, you're kind of on the edge of this cliff for most of the hike, and it's really pretty. So you guys should definitely check that out. Upper left hand corner. Let's check out the scores of the March Madness bracket, man. Some of you guys joined up with me. GD Hockert is killing it right now. He's got the most points, so he's only ahead by 20, but percentage-wise, he is 96.3% as of right now at about noon on Sunday. So there's still some games going on. There's a lot of people tied for 4th. A lot of people have 350 points. Most of those people have Florida winning it. I have Michigan State winning it. I am tied for 10th with one other person, the real winning bracket, Amadrapa. So yeah, man, it's a pretty close-knit race right now. GD Hockert is kind of starting to pull away, but we got Fat Sexy in there. I don't believe he won it last year, but I know he did 2 years ago. So hope your bracket's going well, man. That Syracuse loss did not help me out. I know that Duke loss hurt a lot of people. My buddy actually just got back from Reno. A big group of them went down there and bet on the tournament, and it sounded like Reno was happy this NCAA tournament season. Sounds like they're winning. The house is winning a lot of money. There's just so many upsets, man. Just so many upsets. I mean, Stanford, I believe, just won as well. At least they were winning. So that kind of hurts me because I had Louisville going a little further also. Who were they playing? I just totally forgot. Anyway, yeah, they were playing Kansas because I had Kansas. I think I had them beating Louisville. I don't remember. But anyways, a lot of upsets. There are a lot of upset people in my group of friends as well, because the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, maybe I don't have that many friends that are Cowboys friends. I was just trying to segue into that. The Dallas Cowboys, though, doing some big things in the offseason, a.k.a. getting rid of my favorite defensive player of all time. Man, I don't think I've addressed this in a video yet, but it sucks to see D-Ware go. And one of the main reasons it sucks for me is because not so much, I mean, I understand that my team has major cap issues, but I don't know, he's good, and people are like, he's had some injuries, he didn't have as many sacks last season as he did before. Yeah, well, no kidding, he was injured most of the season, and they're like, he's on, they think that he's on the decline. He's had one bad season, that was last year, and that was because he was injured most of the season. And you can't expect him to do everything. The rest of our defense sucks. So we got rid of him. We got rid of Hatcher. I mean, our defensive line combined sacks like careers like under 20 now. So we have that going for us. It's disappointing, man. I see all these other NFL teams like the Patriots and the Broncos just scooping up all these free agents. I don't know what Dallas is doing, but it's been an interesting free agency season. The Raiders, I don't know what they're doing. Signed James Jones and Matt Schaub. Congrats. Who's going to throw the ball to James Jones still? At the end of that first half, 10-7 USC on top of Oregon State. So yeah, man, feel free to sound off in the comments down below about the NCAA tourney, any NFL trades. What would you guys like to see? I think we should probably start chit-chatting about the draft coming up. I'm excited to see what happens, man. I'm always excited to see what the Cowboys do, and they usually disappoint me. Although last year they did take Fredrickson, the center, in the first round. I'm actually pretty happy with that pick. I am okay with that because he turned out to be pretty decent. We need to bolster that lineup. But let me know down below what I want to talk to you guys about, though, because I think a lot of you are experiencing this right now. And maybe you're not even watching this video because you're going so hard at this event. But it is spring break for a lot of people, or it's about to be spring break for a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of you are about to be on spring break or on it. Spring break, man, it's crazy. I remember spring break. It's a little different in Idaho, growing up. And I think spring break's probably more of a party once you get into college, but I didn't go to a party school, and I wasn't like in a warm area, and we never did the whole travel to South Beach, mainly because I didn't have a ton of money in college, so I wasn't going to these awesome beaches with these half naked women. But I remember spring break and how I like looked forward to it in middle school, elementary school, maybe not elementary school, middle school, high school, and college. I just remember being like, spring break is dope. And there's a few spring breaks that really stick out in my memory. The first was when I went in high school. I went with my family to Florida. We had some family friends that have a house down there, and we went and stayed with them. And that was my first time in Florida. That was actually my first time to the East Coast, period. And man, come on, Cooks, come down with that. And I just remember how crazy it was down there, man. There are gators everywhere in Florida. I was on the family friends that we lived on a golf course, and first of all, they had to have a big net around their pool outside, so it was like, it's kind of like a mesh thing, and because there's so many crazy bugs down there, dude. And I saw snakes, and there would just be like gators on the golf course. And I remember like I'd hit my ball into like some bushes, and the guy that we were golfing with was like, just take your club with you in case you see a snake. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drop my ball. I'm just going to drop another ball and take a stroke. It's crazy down there, man. But I remember it being a lot of fun, and it's just so interesting to me how different parts of the country are so different from each other. People from the East Coast or Florida probably don't realize what Oregon, or where I grew up at, Idaho's like. So that was like one of my most memorable spring breaks. But I've never done the beach spring break thing, go party with a bunch of hot co-eds. I haven't done that. I wish I would have. The closest thing I got to was Canada when I was in college. We went there 2 years in a row, primarily because the drinking age is 19, just in case you guys were wondering. But Canada's cool, man. Canada is a beautiful place, but it's not exactly a spring break destination. So, man. That's going to do it. Oregon State loses their first game. That was just an ugly game, man. I'm a little rusty. Playing defense, just not my strong suit. But let me know. I want to know what your guys' craziest spring break stories. Do you have any crazy spring break stories? Do you have some fun spring break stories? Leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll post them in my next video. Spring break's just kind of a fun time. Even after you're out of college and you don't have a spring break anymore, it's always fun to hear stories about people, and I think it's just a good time. Whether you're in college, getting together with friends, going somewhere, or if you're going on a trip with your family, if you're still in middle school or high school, I think spring break's fun. So leave a comment down below. Final score 31-13. That is a beatdown by USC. Make sure you check that vlog in the upper left-hand corner if you want to see a little bit of the paradise that is the Oregon-Columbia Gorge. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.